Hey everybody, Eric Sweat here for The Gamer here at D23 Expo, joined by your favorite Lorcana artist, Nicholas Kole.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
You like that?
Yeah, I don't really know how to respond to that, actually.
You have 3 beautiful cards, Shimmering Skies.
Yeah.
And they're all beautiful, but I think the community is sort of focused in on one of them. And personally, I think your Robin Hood is just stunning. Can you talk about that design and talk about like where the idea for that version of this character came from?
Totally, yeah. Well, so obviously the ink type always influences the costume design. We don't always get to work with a costume we ourselves designed on an illustration, but in this case I did get to go from very beginning, did the costume design for him, and that was just super influenced by, wanting to bring some of my own love for like Renaissance, like costuming and medieval like influence into that kind of twisty emerald shape language. Honestly, actually, it was a previous card from set 4, the Scar card, I think it was in 4, that I did, where I had built the entire card around a crescent moon, only to be told, oh, we don't actually have moons. We have the Illuminary, but we don't have a moon in the world of Lorcana. So in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, it was such a cool compositional element to have a big sort of like full or crescent moon in the background. So I had this sort of rattling around the back of my head that I wanted to use it as the framing device, use the Illuminary, and kind of, the costume plus that element just kind of coalesces.
There's so much personality you bring to your characters. They're so beautiful. And it's interesting that it's Robin Hood in particular, because from the first chapter, John Loren has such a beloved and famous Robin Hood, and I know that you two collaborate. Is there a bit of a friendly rivalry there, your Robin Hood versus his?
I think if John could have all the Robin Hood cards in the entire sort of game, he absolutely would take it. But I would never describe what I have with John as a friendly rivalry. I think it's only a friendship. Like, we've been working together since 2010-ish, our very first gig in the industry. We worked together. He was an animator at the time, and then he wanted to move into illustration. I was a character designer, and then every year since then, we've found a way to be on the same gig, on the same project.
So cool.
We daily just text each other sketches like, hey, is this working? Is this not? Help me out with this. No, over like the last decade, we've just built up such a shorthand between us. We could just instantly understand what each other is going for. So yeah, collabing with him and then getting to kind of like do Robin Hood and my style and his style and work with designs that he's done and vice versa. It's great.
It's so great.
Yeah.
We first met at Gen Con when first chapter launched, and I remember you didn't really have a background in TCGs, and you were kind of taking in all the fanfare around the game. Now that you've been part of the game for a year, how has that experience been for you to be part of this like ongoing thing that has such a big community around it?
Great question. Yeah, it's still very surreal. And, you get a little bit more used to it because, it's an ongoing project. There's wave after wave. The cards stay exciting because the characters are so nostalgic and iconic. It's wonderful to see more of the team get the spotlight and allow people to sort of get a sense of the artists as they start to evolve card by card. And I'm just psyched about the team. I'm psyched about the way the game is. It feels like it's getting better and better, I went as hard as I could on set 1, but I think as we began to see each other put art out more and more, seeing John's cards, seeing Nico Saviori join, we've all been working together on other projects. But once you see somebody else really bring it, you got to do it too, So each set I try and like raise the bar on myself just a little bit more.
From the community perspective, looking out for your cards in every set is like a big moment of anticipation. Everybody's waiting to see what your card is going to be in the next set. So thank you. You're a really important part of the game, and we love your art. So thanks a lot.
No, I love doing it. Thank you.
Yeah. And stay tuned for more Disney Lorcana at D23 Expo.